The following is an original Aliven podcast.
Well, we had ourselves a pretty unscheduled week off because of a lot of weather that had been taking place within the last week, but we finally got the Clash in on Wednesday. There's a lot of other breaking stories that came up, and we're going to talk about them all right here on this episode of Gamers Talk NASCAR. Welcome on in, everybody, whether if you're watching this on YouTube or listening to this on Spotify. As always, I'm Elijah Leonard, one of your hosts here for tonight. To the left of the screen, that is Wyatt, and to the bottom, that is Slifer. So we're here. We're basically kind of at the home stretch, guys, but we do have to talk about the Clash. For this past week. So, gentlemen, what do we think about this year's Clash?
It was fine on the first half.
Yep.
Then the second half, it went to crap.
It was great racing, like you said. First half, then second half, it turned into a giant slip and slide.
Yeah, I mean, like it starts with the LCQ and the race and the LCQs were amazing, especially that great battle for Josh Berry just zoomed. No one could catch him in the LCQ.
Yeah.
Josh Berry won that race by a mile. And then it was a great battle for second between Corey LaJoy, who was in the sixth, uh, Austin Cindric, and AJ Allmendinger. That was a fantastic battle between those.
Yeah, that was honestly pretty awesome because I think it was mainly Cindric and LaJoy that were fighting for that transfer spot to get into the Clash. And then just Allmendinger just gives Cindric a shot. And that's the thing I think that got him into the Clash, right? Either that or did he beat out LaJoy?
Yeah. No, look, Cindric beat out LaJoy. AJ was in that fight too, but he had that last left effort to try to get a 2-for-1.
Yeah.
It just didn't work, and it just went in more favor in Cindric's side.
Yeah.
He got in.
So I'm willing to bet you Cindric was thanking Allmendinger on that day. Because that just gave the two just an extra boost getting into turn 3 and obviously a lot more speed than what he was anticipating going into the corner. You know, shooting him, not just shooting Cindric up, but also shooting him up into LaJoy, and pretty much all of them almost went up into the guardrail or the safety barrier, whatever it is. Basically the retaining wall, and that's what enabled Cindric to get in and capture that final transfer spot to get into the main event. As far as the main, I would also say that I'd say it was good, for what it was. And then obviously weather came into the area. Everybody put on the rain tires, and it's I don't know about you, but it almost felt like the closing stages of like your local short track main event, especially when there is weather coming into the area and everybody's just trying to hurry to get the race in. That's what that looked like to me.
Like they were saying, the commentators were even saying that they were racing respectfully the first half, and then it's like it finally turned into the madhouse once the sleet started coming in.
Oh, yeah.
They changed to wet weather, numerous pileups like in turn 3.
Yeah.
Turn 3 and 4. Larson running out of gas. And still being on the lead lap.
Surprising front runners to before it went, I only watched till it got to FS2, and then
just been here.
And just I honestly just heard who won, and I'm happy about it. But
Dude.
But before we talk about that, I want to talk about the people in the rain for a minute. The battles on the dry, like on the first 100 laps, those were great.
Yeah.
With people you don't expect seeing up. Of course, you had Larson and Byron battling for the lead a couple times, but you had drivers he had Chase Briscoe leading for a while. That surprised me.
SVG as well.
SVG, what was that? Was that in the dry? SVG was moving up too. Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
He was moving up. Blaney was moving up. There was a lot of drivers like showing up.
Yeah.
Up there. Bubba Wallace was running up there for a bit. But yeah, I'd say like that. Like I said, that first 100 laps, those battles. Ty Gibbs was up there too. I think he actually was the leader going to halfway, if I'm not mistaken. It was him or Briscoe.
I think it was Gibbs.
You think? I think it was Gibbs too. I really think it was Gibbs, but either way, the first 100 laps, I enjoyed it. I really I enjoyed it so much. The other half where it rained and he had a caution almost every 3 laps, that's what kind of killed it for me.
All right. Yeah, there's always a fine line with, having races like that where you're not going to count the laps that are ran under caution. And obviously with, there being wrecks what seemed like every 2 turns up to that point, you kind of figure that the race is going to be like elongated as much as it was, to the point where, yeah, it is going to have to be moved, not just to FS2, but also on the Fox Sports app. But thankfully, I think they calmed down just enough to finish the rest of the race. And lo and behold, this is one that I'm actually really kind of happy that it actually happened. Ryan Preece wound up winning the Clash, which was not only unexpected, but also kind of, you figured it would happen just based off of his experience with the track. He's gotten a lot better with especially with his time at RFK. So with that being said, it's a little early to say that, but do we think after a year with RFK, Ryan Preece may come out as a Cup Series winner this year?
I hope so. And I've been high on Ryan Preece all last year. Y'all know this. When he got to RFK, I was skeptical of like, okay, I'm hoping he does good. He showed out. Like on the battles for the playoffs, he was right up there with the Chase Briscoe. He was in the top 16 at some points. He was showing speed.
Yeah.
He was having a great season, the best season he's had. This was a fantastic move for him being in the 60. And yes, it was rain and there's multiple stuff at play, but that should give him momentum going into the season. I hope I see a win out of Ryan Preece because him and RFK's been having a great mesh. He's won a No, he's not won a championship. I'm thinking of Chris Buescher in the 60, won a championship in Xfinity, but he's pretty good. Pretty good. That 60 in the Cup Series has shown a lot of speed the last year. Cannot wait, and I see some good coming in, especially tracks like Bristol and Martinsville, short tracks where he's like the ace at.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know if any of y'all caught on YouTube the radioactive of the Clash, and there was one of them. I think it was Bubba Wallace that was saying if Suarez did something again, he would put his foot up his ass.
Suarez was getting heat with about almost every, especially his former teammate.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah.
But, like, I haven't heard that much censorship on a radioactive in quite some time. And I really would recommend checking that out.
Yeah, I'd say this year's Clash. I mean, despite like the race kind of going completely downhill, like right at the end, or at least in the second half, when you had a lot of that weather that came through, I'd say this is a little bit of a better Clash than compared to last year, because we all know last year's Clash was very, very underwhelming, to say the least. Especially the main event. The main event itself was very underwhelming. This year's was like, don't get me wrong, we saw good racing, but the constant cautions, it felt like every single lap,
if that,
was just ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous. But the best part about the whole thing is we got Ryan Preece, who came out as the winner of the Clash. And this is only the beginning of the season, so we're about to find out just exactly what RFK is capable of this year. So let's go through the finishing results for the first time in 2026. Of course, Ryan Preece, the winner. William Byron, who started in second, finished in the second position. And hey, we got Stapleton in here for the first time since Daytona last year. I can't even remember.
I think it was before
that. A year ago.
Hello.
My God, he makes his GTN return.
A year later.
Hey, I was not that invested into NASCAR last year. I will be honest.
I feel that.
But now with the Chase being back, I'm fully invested again.
Hey, there you go.
Crazy about one rule change will sway me 180.
There you go.
I'm actually very, 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 very excited to talk about NASCAR this year.
Oh, yeah. So, actually, we can backtrack a little bit here because we'll come back to the results here in a second. We already got Wyatt and Sly's commentary on the Clash. What is your when you watched the Clash this year, Stapleton? what exactly was going through your mind? To like talk me through it. What did you think of this year's Clash?
So the LCQ, I really, really enjoyed that 3-car battle for the last spot. And I really liked that, kind of like last year, there was somehow a second lane that could like battle with the inside lane. The first 100 laps, I honestly enjoyed. Like, I knew that they weren't gonna go full out because there's gonna be 100 laps later after, like the little halftime break. But I thought the first half was very good. And then, it decided to sleep somehow. And that made it interesting. I don't like how it turned into a crap. Yeah, I don't like how it turned into a crap fest at the end because of, I guess, the main tires or whatever. But I did like of how it was the bottom in the first half, and then because of how the wet tires were, they had to run against the wall at Bowman Gray Stadium.
That's not right at all.
I actually kind of, I know it's not normal, but I was like, I'm here for it. I was like, it's the Clash. I'm here for it. Sure. Bring me chaos for a 9 points event. And I will just say I was very impressed with my boy Carson Osfer. He is one of my favorite 4 drivers, and I liked him since Trucks, and he was fairly strong all night. Was basically the only Team Penske, Joe Gibbs, or Hendrick Motorsports driver inside the top 10 that was not one of those big 3 all night until he got damaged. So that was good. And then my Priest, boom, stole it in the late parts of the race. So
yeah,
oh my god, I really do think that RFK is gonna be really good this year. I think they are more a consistent team than a race winning team. I think they can win, honestly, but like if we have the Chase the last 3 years, at least Bush would have made the Chase every year.
Yeah.
will be really close to it. So
yeah, I would agree with that.
And I'm really happy for Ryan Preece because I knew in the Lotus Series, Mitchell Gibbs, if he was in the top 2 line in Cup, he could be really good. And he was really good last year, really consistent. Was probably the best RFK car all year. Busher and Brad got better as the year went on, but Preece was good basically all year. So
Yeah.
I'm happy for Ryan Preece, and I know it's not a actual points win, so it's not like his first Cup win officially. But I know he joins I think 2 others that got the first win got the first win in the Clash. I think like Gordon and Hammond or something like that.
Yeah.
So there's some kind of stuff that, but I think Ryan Preece could win 8 points this year.
Yeah, it's
definitely at like a short track.
It's very, very possible.
To add on to that chase steal you were talking about, Stapleton, I highly think that Ryan Preece, if we had that chase format last year, I highly think Ryan Preece was going to be one.
Oh yeah.
Of the
yeah.
16, like that was not a shadow of a doubt. Like as I was
Oh
saying, like
yeah.
I've been high on Ryan Preece all last year, and this proves it. As Slifer's like nodded, like yes, he annoyed us with that all the time.
You were so high on Ryan Preece, like I was with picking Frankie Muniz in the Truck Series every single week.
And now you can't do that this year.
Not if you want points to win the championship, the predictions championship. Which
Hey Wyatt, do you want what's behind door number 1?
So let's go ahead and revisit our finishing results here for the main event at Bowman Gray. Of course, Ryan Preece, as we mentioned, came home as the race winner. Get this, from the 18th starting position. How about that? William Byron, he started second, finishes in second. Ryan Blaney comes home in third. Daniel Suarez in fourth. Denny Hamlin fifth. And then, if you know, you know, Boyaka, Chase Briscoe finishing in the sixth position, 619 right there. Austin Dillon finishing in seventh. Chris Buescher eighth. Ross Chastain ninth. And Alex Bowman completing your top 10. Positions 11th on down to 20th looks like this. Joey Logano, Josh Berry, Christopher Bell, Ty Gibbs, Carson Hocevar, Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, Connor Zilisch, Kyle Busch, and SVG. And then our final 3 finishers, 21st to 23rd, Austin Cindric, Tyler Reddick, and Bubba Wallace. 23-11 did not show out in this year's Clash.
They did in the first half.
Yeah.
They were running top 10 in the first half. It's just the weather screwed both of them.
Ooh, that's a shame.
Yeah. And one person we actually did mention during the Clash thing was Zilisch, who actually did pretty good. Granted, didn't have a good finishing spot, but
no, I would 100% agree.
Not bad for the 2026 Rookie of the Year.
We're prematurely saying that.
He's the only rookie. He's the only rookie running for it.
That's actually wild. I mean, shoot. We're basically having a Kevin Conway from 2010.
He's the only rookie. Unless the part-time guys are in the Rookie of the Year. But
I doubt it.
That's what I'm saying. Like Connor Dill is just the only rookie. He's literally rookie.
You know, this reminds me so much of 2010 when you had Kevin Conway as the only rookie that year, and he easily cruised on to Rookie of the Year honors. So that easily is going to happen with Connor Zilisch this year.
However, one thing that would be different is Connor Zilisch will have a much better rookie year than Kevin Conroy.
Easily.
And that's not saying much.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, but Zillage is going to start his car at the 500. Like, and here's your 2026 Rookie of the Year.
There you go. It's perfect. Okay. So let's get on down into some of our breaking stories for this year, or really for this week. So I don't really think there's really any sort of order that we could really do this in. The first one that I see here is Brad Keselowski. As of 5 hours ago, on the 9th of February, he is cleared to race in the Daytona 500 this year. So his leg that he broke during the off season, it's all healed. He's good, and he's clear to run for this year's Daytona 500 and beyond in 2026. So thank God for that. We won't have to have another standby driver, or at least have one prepared for him. At least I don't think so. So thank God.
Now the question is, can he stay away from the wall?
Are we?
Like he had a hard time doing last year.
It's Daytona. It's Daytona. That's going to be easier said than done.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
True.
All right. So then, okay. So the next thing that we now know, as far as for Corey Heim, because I'm pretty sure we talked about this last week, of how it was confirmed that he would be running a limited schedule in Cup this year. Well, as of February 6th, we now know which races he's going to be running for this year. So Daytona this Sunday, that is pending if he makes it in to the 500, right? Then April 19th at Kansas, May 3rd at Texas, May 24th at Charlotte, May 31st at Nashville, June 21st at the Naval Base, July 5th at Chicagoland, July 26th at Indianapolis, August 29th at Daytona, September 6th at Darlington, October 11th at Charlotte, and November 8th at Homestead, Miami. So he'll be running a third of the races this year. And it was even talked about, I'm pretty sure Sly put this into our group chat, that it wouldn't be too surprising to see if if he's going to run some truck races this year, but I'm not 100% sure.
I think something like that has been confirmed about that. I'm not 100% sure, but I think they mentioned like he's going to run some truck races, I think, for Tricon.
Yeah.
I would assume that number one, but I think so. I think he's at this point. I don't think I've heard, but he may run some Xfinity too. I don't know what team. I would assume probably that. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like the O'Reilly series, but I don't know what team. I would assume Joe Gibbs, but I could be wrong. But
I know that the Gibbs family and Quinheim don't mix well, and that's why
that's
he
right.
is not with Joe Gibbs. I don't know what Toyota team. Like the only other Toyota team is Sam Hunt, but they got two cars this year.
Unless they bring out a third.
And the random number.
Yeah.
What would that number be?
Yeah, honestly, they have the 24 and the 26 for their team. The only one that they had before, but I don't think they're ever going to get back, is the 28. But that's with Ryan Sieg's team.
I would assume probably like 22. If I had to take a wild guess.
Maybe.
That would be really close to see A22 not be Team Penske in the second season.
No, yeah, exactly. Exactly, man.
But yeah, that's the only thing I could think about. Also, I think it talking about the O'Reilly series is a good segue.
Yeah. Let's actually go ahead and segue into that as well. What news is popping up over there?
We talked about last week that that AM Racing has been said they are going to race next year, but they haven't revealed the driver yet. Well, today they did. Nick Sanchez has found the ride. He will be in the 25 Ford for AM Racing.
That's not the only one, too, because Daniel
I know
Dye.
that's not.
Yeah, Daniel Dye
Yep.
is also going to be racing for the team in the 52 part-time, actually, really.
Yep.
Oh yeah, it does say it literally says right here on a part-time basis.
Yeah, he's full time in the truck series, Elijah.
Who's he running full-time for in trucks?
Lamb. Colleague, Lamb.
Oh, that's right.
He's driving the 10 car.
I forgot about that.
You forgot about Lamb already?
No, I forgot that Daniel Dye was a part of the Colic team.
He was a part of Colic last year in the trucks. He drove
in Xfinity. No, in Xfinity.
And that's Xfinity. Yeah.
But he's still in the 10 car when I was in the truck. He's still driving the 10. So
yeah. He went from the 10 car to the 10 truck.
But I know talk about colleague and everything, and I know we talked about this beforehand. But how is it, Mini Tyrell wins the race for the seat?
Yeah.
That dude's living the dream already. He hasn't even started the truck, knowing that one of his teammates is Smoke.
Dude.
At least for Daytona.
That's huge. I especially, it's not just for him, but also think about this for Justin Haley, for Daniel Dye, those two in particular, even Mini Tyrell.
Rookie Brendan Queen too.
Brendan Queen as well. Their first all-star teammate is going to be Tony Stewart, the second most winningest driver at Daytona, behind Dale Sr. And think about this. Tony Stewart has never been to Daytona in a truck. Never. Until now. And it had been 10 years since then, since he's raced at Daytona. And I've seen his YouTube video that he posted up on his channel, which, yes, by the way, Tony Stewart does have his own YouTube channel. Getting him prepared for the race, for the truck race at Daytona, using iRacing, which I will also 100% agree. I do endorse iRacing. I unfortunately don't have a sponsorship. Yeah, cough, cough, iRacing, please hook me up. It's a great tool to use, to get yourself into that race shape, and also to get used to all these other different types of scenarios that you're going to be in for 100 laps, whether it be in the front of the pack, or the middle of the pack, or the back of the pack. For Tony, he hasn't done that in a long time, so it's kind of a challenge for him. But he's going to run it at 100%, just like he does with NHRA, World of Outlaws, you name it. But
yeah, and he's going from 300 something miles an hour to 100 something.
195 at the very max. But regardless of that, for those guys like Dye, Haley, Tyrell, Queen, they are going to be sharing the racetrack with Tony Stewart this Friday. In this case, tomorrow.
That's not the only person they're sharing the track with, if he makes it.
Oh, Frankie?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
For once, it's not Frankie.
I talk about Cletus.
Oh, Cletus.
Nope.
No?
Travis Pastrana.
I said
Stapleton just said it. Stapleton just said it.
Yeah,
I didn't hear Stapleton. He's too low on my end.
Dude.
Not being mean, but kind of low on my end. I don't know why.
Dude, Stapleton.
Yeah, the truck race is a all-star race full of names.
Yeah, essentially, yeah, basically.
Like, you got Pastrana, Hocevar, Stenhouse, McFarland, Stewart, just to name a few.
There on the entry list, there's 44 trucks for 36 spots, if I read that correctly. Yes. We have 8 trucks that are going to be going home after
That is
qualifying.
wild.
Thank God, too, because now that means getting into the truck race this year is going to mean way more than it ever has in such a long time. We're not going to have, like, let's look at Xfinity. 42 spots for, I think, 40 spots? So 2 would go home. That's not bad at all.
42 for 38.
42 for 38. So then there'd be 4 guys going home. Yeah. And then for Daytona, 45 cars.
For 41, since Jimmy Johnson got the provisional.
Yeah, so Johnson's locked in no matter what.
So yeah. 4 will go home in Cup, 4 will go home in the Wiley Series, and then 8.
Yeah, that's double for trucks.
And don't even get me started on ARCA. There's like 50 ARCA cars as well.
Oh my goodness.
Wait. I don't think we're going to get an ARCA.
How many? Wait, I'm actually curious. How many spots are up for grabs in ARCA?
Last year at Daytona, there was 40 and 5 cars being queued. So I think if they do that same format, 10 ARCA cars will go home.
Man.
I think ARCA is bad.
Let's hope. There
was at one point like during COVID in 2020, but it was low with the car count. So,
and ironically, Mini is going to try to run in the ARCA, at least in Daytona as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I did see
that. That's if he makes it.
I will say this. I don't know. I don't think. I think Travis Pastrana's doing it too, but I know that Cletus is going to be driving the Greg Biffle font in the number 4. So I kind of do hope he does make.
Yeah, all of Nice is doing it.
Yeah, which I didn't know about this, but apparently the CEO of Nice was a former car chief of the Biff.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
Me neither, but that's actually really cool.
So that's where that idea came from.
That does make more sense of why Nice Motorsports is doing that. Honestly, I do want to see Cleese McFarland because how close he got with Biff.
Yeah.
If any of the guys that makes it, all jokes aside, I do think Cleese McFarland needs to race at Daytona.
Exactly. Pending his approval, which I'm pretty sure probably by the time that this episode is published, he probably would be cleared to race at Daytona. I'm hoping he does, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
There's another thing that was kind of replaying in my mind is that last week when we discovered that Travis Pastrana was going to be in the truck race this year at Daytona, I immediately thought to myself, "Hi, I'm Travis Pastrana, and today we're going to be flipping a truck at Daytona. Welcome to Jackass."
Yeah, I remember that.
I do too.
I think we went on almost 5-minute discussion about what they can do, especially with Nitro Circus.
Oh yeah, exactly. What try to flip a truck?
Or could they do a cup car, a truck? What else did we include?
O'Reilly's car, Xfinity car.
Oh, yeah.
And then
there was a bunch of them.
Yeah, whatever it was, honestly. What other news can we find here?
I know we talked about it beforehand, but that they updated the Cup Series rulebook to ban drivers from using their hands or fingers to redirect the airflow during qualifying attempts.
Yeah.
That's not huge. I don't think it really affects things that much.
No. I mean, but I think it's also fair at the same time. I haven't seen a lot of drivers using their hand to affect the airflow in like at 200 miles an hour while they're qualifying. I haven't seen it in a long time. Like it's like not a lot of drivers have been doing it, thank God. But I don't like, to be honest, I think it's interesting that they're cracking down on it, especially at the time that they are doing it at, because it's been done for so many years leading up to this point by fewer and fewer and fewer drivers, which is interesting. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's going to be like that groundbreaking, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I saw somewhere, I have a find, I may have to look on a different deal, but Kyle Busch has been confirmed he'll be back in the Truck Series for 8 races.
Yes, I actually did see that. Let me see. Because that was posted on Spire's page, right?
I would believe so.
Let's see. So the races that he'll be competing in this year are on February 21st at Atlanta, April at Bristol, May 1st at Texas, May 15th at Dover, the 22nd at Charlotte, the 29th at Nashville, July 18th at North Wilkesboro, and August 14th at Richmond. Those are his 8 races that he'll be running this year in the Truck Series. Yeah.
The leech is still here.
Yep.
There's
Well, we know you are.
Very funny.
Oh my God, that's actually hilarious.
Wait, no. Corey Heim's not here, so Kyle Busch is probably going to win all those races. So
I mean, who knows? Yeah. Who knows? That could happen. That very, very well could happen.
But yeah, I don't know if there might be more news. I don't know on the top of my head.
Yeah. I'm even trying to look around myself. I haven't really seen anything. Other than, I mean, of course, I don't know if we talked about it last week, but Carson Hocevar, he does get a contract extension for the 77 at Spire Motorsports. So
let's go.
It looks like here, because well, there goes Sly.
He'll be back. He'll be back in a bit.
Okay. But basically, this I don't even know what this says here, because I'm even trying to look to see how long this contract lasts. But it does say it carries over into the next decade. We know that for a fact.
At least 2030.
Probably at least by 2030.
That is huge for him, and he's showing it, like why he earned it, like why he earned that the last few years. Like he's been running up front.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
the team gets on getting better too. So I think like Hocevar looks like he's going to be the anchor driver for that team.
So this is going to be good. I could definitely tell, and I cannot wait to see how he does these next few years.
Yeah, I know. That's awesome.
I hope he get wins. That's my thing. I hope he gets more wins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would 100% agree with that, because it's, I mean, Hocevar showed out last year. Because, You know, like he showed a lot more speed than he has, you know, all year. Well, I mean, all year last year. He came close to winning several times. And if I may argue, especially as a biased, you know, Michigan native, he very well should have won several of those races. Cough, cough, Coke 600, cough, cough, Michigan. But, you know, stuff happens on the racetrack. So, and a lot of it was out of his control, whether it been blown motors, whether it been tires going down, just a lot of things that really were out of his control. And then on top of that, it didn't really help too much that he was also getting into like a heated rivalry with Stenhouse that last year as well. So it's going to be interesting to see if that carries over into this year. I don't think so, but never say never. So we'll see. We'll see exactly what happens for Carson this year. I'm really hoping that momentum carries over from last year to this year. And who knows? We probably might actually finally see him close out the deal and maybe win a race or two.
There's a bunch of drivers that I really want to see get their first win, especially this year. And on the drivers who have not yet won, who has a shot to do it,
Mm-hmm.
I honestly think most likely to get their first win, to me, it seems like it comes between Carson Hocevar and I'd say Ryan Preece. And you could throw Ty Gibbs in there too. I think those are like the top 3. If you want to put Connor Zillich, you can add him in there too. I think they might be the top 4. See if they get their first win. But I might lean more towards Hocevar and Priest, if I'd be completely honest.
Yeah.
Zillich could surprise me at a road course. I'm not saying he won't. I think he's the good 3, the good 3rd slot. But I think it's more watching on like Ryan Priest and Carson Hocevar.
Mm-hmm.
My personal opinion.
Yeah, I would 100% agree with that. Let's see. What other news could we even talk about as well? Well, here's another thing that we could also bring up. According to Holler Talk, Homestead Miami could very well return as the championship race for next year.
Hell yeah.
Could here. So, according to this article, NASCAR intends to rotate its season finale with the return of the chase, but it's unlikely there will be a new championship venue next year. The season finale returns to Homestead Miami this season for the first time, of course, since 2019, and the Mile and a Half Oval is expected to stay in that spot on the 2027 schedule, despite a report Monday that the championship rotation would begin next year. In quote, the plan would be to have the season finale again at Homestead in 2027, and then we'll see what the rotation looks like, end quote. That being from NASCAR Managing Director of Communications, Mike Ford, who obviously said this on the latest episode of Holler Talk this past Monday, which probably was recorded this morning by the time that we're recording this on a Monday night.
Right.
So it's also going to be very interesting as to how obviously the rotation would be for next year. But if I'm being honest, you know, Miami this year, as it has been in previous years, especially with the next gen car, has been a success. Even with previous generations of Cup cars, Homestead Miami has always produced some very spectacular racing over the years. So, with it being with it being the championship race again for the first time in several years, and then with it possibly returning for next year, I'm honestly thinking we don't need a rotation for the championship race if this year and the following year at Miami are going to be successful.
I agree, But I also want to add, like, it depends on what tracks are even included in, like, the rotation question. Because there's a couple of good mile and a halves that could be great to end the series on just because of this next gen car.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
like the top example, Kansas. Kansas always put like fantastic races. I could see that being a good one to end the series on. Las Vegas is another good one. But for nostalgia and how the season's been, I honestly do agree. Like, if we have to keep one stay forever, it has to be Homestead.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, it's got to be.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, I
I
would
like the
100%.
nostalgia of Homestead being the season finale. Because from 2011 through whenever, I think it's like 2019, 2020,
Yeah.
something like that, when they stopped going there, my first like 10, 11 years of watching the sport was with Homestead as being the finale.
Yeah.
So,
Same.
and I I think it is the very like it's probably the best option because sure it's a mile and a half, but that's what the next gen car is the best at. And it is a unique mile and a half. It's the only one that has like a pure rectangle.
Right.
Well, not rectangle. Why did I say rectangle?
Right.
Pure,
I mean,
pure oval.
well, technically, back in the mid 90s, it did have a layout similar to Indianapolis back in the day, like back around mid 90s. But the problem with the track is that it just provided a lot of safety concerns that probably, I think by 1998 or 99, that's when they turned it into an oval track. So it was for a little while, it was a flat oval until 2003.
Yeah, and then they repaved it, and then they've not repaved it since then.
Yeah.
Which I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how much longer they can wait because it's almost like, I mean, the track's not falling apart like Atlanta, but like eventually they might have to repave it
Right.
because if it got repaved in 03 and now it's 2026, that's 23 years.
Yeah. So this is kind of similar to what we had to deal with Auto Club. When it got put together, they never touched the pavement since then. But the drivers loved it, obviously, because with older pavements that really had little to no grip, there was no like identifiable line that the drivers had to take. There was no one line that all the drivers had to follow because you could go anywhere. You could go high, low, middle. At Homestead, it's proving to be very similar, especially with like the progressive banking and the older pavement at the same time. So I like this version of Homestead, but to your point, it's only a matter of time before they'll probably have to reach a decision to where they will have to repave the track. When? Don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting because like with Atlanta, you could tell that there was seams and cracks in the track and stuff. I don't see many on surface issues with Homestead.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a good repave. Like back in the 2000s, they did a good job, and there's no cracks on the racetrack. It might be a old surface, but there's no cracks. There's no damage that they have to like. With Atlanta, I can say as much as say of how much I don't like the super speedway version of Atlanta, but they needed to do something to it because the track was pulling apart before they repaved it. So, like the way I see it, until a track is breaking apart with the asphalt, don't touch it. When it gets to that point, then you have to repave it. But if I was in charge, I would be like, keep the same layout, keep it as is, just repave it.
Yeah.
No NASCAR, they might try and do some super perfect. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, I like Homestead, and I think depending on what the rotation could be, I think it should just be the finale.
I
I would
agree.
say have Darlington, but then that would be where that would be starting the chase and ending the chase at Darlington.
Yeah, I would 100% agree with that.
So I mean, like in a different world, if the Southern 500 was not always on Labor Day weekend, and if it was always in the spring, then I could see it be with Darlington would be a perfect finale race. Because I think it is. It's just the schedule doesn't work for Darlington to be the finale.
Yeah. Yeah, I would 100% agree with that one.
Just as honestly, as long as we don't ever have Daytona as the season finale, I'm okay with anything.
Yeah. Well,
that or Talladega.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think there's really any other news items that we could talk about.
I don't think so either.
So with that said, it's time. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. It's time. Did he just say it? Did he just say it's time?
It's time.
I'll be back at the computer in a minute.
All right. But as far as what I said, if you know, you know. It's time to talk about the season opening race, really the season opening weekend for the 2026 NASCAR season at Daytona. This, ladies and gentlemen, as far as the gentlemen in here that are here with me tonight, this is something that we have been looking forward to since the off season, and especially after Bowman Gray. And now here we are. We're getting ready to officially kick off the points paying season for the 2026 NASCAR year. So with that said, what are we looking forward to as we head to Daytona?
New faces, new places, and a whole lot of craziness. I am expecting like a lot of racing, especially with new faces and new places. The qualifying is going to be interesting. The duels are going to be great. Probably when this episode airs, it might be watching the duels by then. I don't know, but that truck's going to be great. Xfinity's going to be great, and then Daytona, man. It's like I did hear that there's supposed to be weather at Daytona, by the way.
Maybe.
Oh.
I've not heard. Okay, hold on. Someone from who's down here. I've really not heard anything about any weather this weekend.
Okay.
I mean, I saw that over the weekend that it was saying rain on Sunday, but as of Monday of this recording, we are still a week out. It's fairly unpredictable for anything to be true 7 days out. So take it with a grain of salt.
Right.
Yeah, but at least north though of the speedway where I'm at, we got to think like a 30%. That's like Stapleton said, a week out.
Just a week out.
So
exactly.
Just a week out.
We won't know exactly until maybe Friday. So
yeah,
that's how weather works. A week out is La La Land.
right. But
trust me, I know that's from snowstorms. Trust me, I've seen multiple times where it's like, oh, we're gonna get a foot of snow, and it's like, nope, it's only gonna be 1 inch. So
yeah,
that's Oklahoma weather in a nutshell. That's Oklahoma in a nutshell.
So yeah, a week out, don't trust it.
Right. But Stapleton, Sly, what are we thinking? What are we thinking about the racing that we might see at Daytona? What are we looking forward to? Yeah.
That's how I feel. Daytona. I was saving that soundboard.
I like it. I like it. I like it.
No, I'm just itching to watch racing again.
Yeah.
I know it's going to be a bunch of drafting, and we know that. So, who's going to have the best car or truck at the end?
Well, all right. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time to get on down to it. For the first time, we're going to be making predictions to officially kick off the points side of the 2026 NASCAR season. We already do have points for our prediction stuff heading into this weekend. So you'll be able to see the leaderboard throughout the year. It will be updated on the bottom left-hand side of your screen. For those that are brand new to the show and are not exactly sure how we make our predictions, here's how we do them. We give you a driver who we think is going to win. Pretty self-explanatory. Driver to stay away from is a driver that hasn't been doing well the last couple of weeks, or we're just coming up to a track where they don't really perform all that well at, whether statistically or in general. The dark horse is the exact opposite, and we're kind of adding a little bit of a twist, even though... Was it 4?
Oh, you already know.
Oh. I don't think I know.
Mm-hmm. You know.
No, I don't actually.
No,
we've already talked about it.
No. He's talking about Daytona. He's talking about Daytona. We've already known for years about the no picking the same slow guy every single week. No. I think I know where Elijah's going with it.
So, but no, that was not it actually. Because by the time that this episode comes out, we would already know who's on the front row for the Daytona 500. We would already know it. But to your guys' point, that other twist that we brought up last week, or really the week before, is that we're not allowed to pick the same driver as the driver to stay away from every single week. So, as we alluded to, no Frankie Muniz this year, Sly, every single week.
Once a month.
No, Cody will every single weekend the Cup Series.
Oh, no, Stapleton. If you listen back to about 90% of the podcasts, I would be picking Frankie Muniz every single week.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, so with that said, guys, it's Daytona. We're here, and I'm excited for this one. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, Slifer, you are up first.
But okay, I'm just gonna get it out of the way now. I'm going to pick my usual for the stay away from.
Hold on. Are you sure you want to do it's Daytona?
Yes.
Are you sure you don't want to wait until the oval trip? All right.
Yes, I do.
Oh my God.
Frankie to stay away from. Now, I told... Really, Stapleton. But no. Now I remember I talked to both Wyatt and Elijah about this, that I had someone that I wasn't sure where to put him. This is a real dark horse pick. I'm gonna take the newest member of Colleague Racing. I'm taking Minnie.
Oh.
I can respect that. I respect that.
Now, if I'm looking at this right, if I'm looking at the sheets right and everything, Honeycutt's back in the 11. Or whatever truck he's not in the 52 like he was.
Yeah.
Last year. I'm gonna take Caden.
Really? Oh. Okay.
I like that. I respect that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you saying that now, Wyatt. Trust me. You're gonna change here soon. Xfinity. I don't care what the hell you want to call it.
O'Reilly. Series.
Jesus. So, I can't even think now.
That was good. That was so good.
That was a good one.
So, the driver to stay away from. Stowalich.
Yeah.
Dark horse. This is gonna be crazy. Only because he's in a Union Motorsports car. I'm gonna take Caruth.
I like that.
I do respect that one. That's a good one.
Oh, I can't pick Zilich because he's not in this series no more. I'm gonna go with RCR. Jesse.
Oh.
That's it.
Yes. All right.
That's interesting.
I thought you were about to say the obvious, but okay.
It's Daytona. There's no obvious.
Oh, there definitely is.
No.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Anyway.
And now the 500 Daytona 500. I don't even know where to begin on this one. I might have to go. I'll go. Screw it. I'm going with Custer. Now I can pick them. Dark horse is Zilich.
There you go.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
And remember how I said that you would change Wyatt?
Oh.
I'm gonna take Logano.
This is the second week in a. This is the second
Yeah,
week
but
in a
this
row you
isn't
picked Logano.
This one is where it actually counts.
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see. All right. Mr. Stoppleton, you are up next.
Hey. Well, I'm starting behind in the whole points thing because I was not here for the clash.
Well,
But-
I
Also
like
that
points.
you're not far behind. I only got one just by technicality.
Yeah, me.
but I-
Me and Elijah got two.
But I don't think I'm that far off, so my driver to stay away from, I'm gonna go with, in the truck series, I'm gonna go with Tony Blydinger.
All right.
I honestly could care less about Tony Blydinger. My dark horse, and this might be a long shot here, but it's Daytona, and it's the truck series. It's normally a crapshoot. My dark horse, give me Travis Pastrana.
All right.
That's an interesting one, yeah.
And as far as the race winner, I'm so glad that I can pick literally anyone in it won't matter because the playoffs is dead. So, I can really pick anyone, and it won't matter. As far as the actual season championship goes, and I think because it's Daytona, I don't know why, but I just got a feeling about this guy. I just do. I think it's gonna be a shot to the system when Jake Garcia gets the win in the 98.
I do. Okay, Thor Sport. I like that.
Okay.
He was honestly really consistent last year in that 13 tour.
He was.
Like he flew under the way up. He was fairly consistent.
He did make the playoffs though.
The Wiley Parts series.
That's got to be our thing now. Just like when we mention it's like we have to do the theme song, and at the very end we gotta go series. we gotta do that for now on. We have to do that for now.
I have created something. Let's go.
I will make that a sound.
Yes.
Oh no.
Yes.
Oh no, it's gonna be a soundboard now? Oh no.
Yes. Yes.
Oh no. Anyway, my driver to stay away from in the O'Reilly series. Oh boy. I'm gonna go with a rookie who I think could be decent, but I feel like Daytona's not gonna be nice to him. Give me a Lavelle Scott as my driver to stay away from.
Alright.
Yeah.
I think he'll be decent, but I think he will get involved in some kind of way with how Daytona normally goes.
Yeah.
My dark horse, I feel like I do this every year. But for Daytona, my dark horse is gonna be Wine Seed.
Yep.
Yeah. I respect that.
And as far as my driver twin, I'm not going with the obvious of Austin Hill. Austin Hill is not winning. I would die on that hill. Instead, I think it's going to be you know, I'm just going crazy here this week. Give me Harrison Burton to win at Daytona again.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Wow.
It's Daytona. I gotta go crazy.
I mean, hey. Nothing wrong with
You're
that.
already there. So, I mean, you're already there. Why don't you just make your picks crazy too?
And now, the Daytona 500. My driver to stay away from. Oh boy. I'm gonna say my driver to stay away from will be, unfortunately, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. And I think he will do something stupid and wreck himself. That's my reasoning. He'll be good, but he will wreck himself. My dark horse. Now, if this was 4 years ago, I wouldn't say this, but now he's gone a lot faster and a lot better at the super speed race. And he's always up front late. I might be jinxing him, but my dark horse is gonna be Kyle Larson.
Okay.
He jinxed him and he wrecks him in turn 1.
That's probably gonna happen. If the jinx is strong. But no, like especially the last year or two, he's gone really fast at the super speedways, and I feel like he's more times than not he is up front within like 20 laps to go.
Yeah.
So he's definitely gone better. He might not be good at it, but the car that he has within it is a fast and good handling car at the super speedways. So I think he should be running up in the midst if he makes it through all day. So yeah. Oh boy. And now the question, who do I think will win the Daytona 500 in the big 2026? Oh boy. You know what? I'm gonna go for it. Following up with what they did at the Clash, I think they're gonna do it again. Not the same car, but the same team. Give me Chris Buescher to win the Daytona 500.
RFK going back to back with different drivers. I like that.
And they do it for the Biff.
The Biff.
Yes.
There you go.
I'm gonna be honest. I just have this feeling that it could be a really iconic moment, and it could be like Vlad pushing Buescher to the win, and like he lets Buescher win and just gets a 1-2.
Yeah.
I feel like
I just have that feeling. I don't know why, but I just have that feeling.
I feel like they need to come together and for like at least for a lap. If Corey LaJoie makes the show, they need to have all RFK, all four of them, and AJ Allmendinger, all five of those cars, first 5 positions, at least for a lap. Like, I know it's impossible to do, but if they could do that for at least a lap, 1 or 2 laps, that for the Biff, that would make me happy.
That'd be cool. I could see them doing something for like a pace lap at the very least.
Well, what about like instead of the traditional, car or truck, whatever they have for the truck series? His number 50 truck that Greg Biffle drove, and then
or
for the Cup Series, obviously you can't have the number 16, but one of his cars that he had drove back in the day.
I would say probably the one that has the last win with the 3M car. That or his first win
Well, I'm just saying, like, in general, the number 16 car, whichever.
Wouldn't it
just to start the race, pace laps. After that, then you can go to the normal car or truck, whatever. But just for the pace laps, those two.
Then it had to a bit because they already mentioned who's going to be the official pace driver or going to be in there for. But like I would, if that's the case, then I don't see anyone else but Cletus McFarland, the one that's going to be driving that car, like that, or like someone like a past driver at Roush, like Matt Kenseth, or somehow brought Carl Edwards back. Like that has to be like someone from Roush, or just like that has to be Cletus, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, I would agree with that. All right, well, Wyatt, you're up next.
All right, mine's going to be pretty simple for the truck series. I'm going the same route that Slifer's doing, but different. I am picking a rookie with my dark horse, but I'm going with I'm actually going to go with Minnie's other new teammate I'm going Butterbean.
Hmm.
I'm going Brendan Queen. I'm going Butterbean. For my driver to stay away from, I think I'm gonna go Tyler Angle on this. I think Angle, like you said, like you were saying with Stenhouse, he's going to run up front. I don't think he's going to make a mistake, but I think he's going to be a part of a wreck, and it'll be the end of him. But I do think he runs good, but I think he will get crashed out. The more I thought about this, the more it would be so fantastic if this happened. I first did it as it's a lower series, it's Colleague Racing, first race with Ram. How can you not pick one of the best super speedway guys in there? But I got to thinking more before I say his name. He's driving the number 16. Win the 16 first race with Colleague Racing. Give me Justin Haley.
Oh,
you know how much that would be like for not just for the first win for Colleague Racing in the truck series, but think about it's the number 16 for people. When we started talking about that, I got to thinking about that more because I had him on my list on there, and I'm like, oh God, if he win the race, that's going to be huge for Colleague and just for Biff at the same time. Like, I think that will be wholesome in itself. I got Justin Haley. I got Justin Haley.
Okay.
And I think I know Xfinity's different trucks, but you got a great round of Colleague cars, and Colleague is the first when they started him, Allmendinger, Jeb Burton at the time. Colleague was fast at super speedways, and Justin Haley won 4 in a row at super speedways between Daytona and Talladega.
Yes.
And he's won a truck Daytona race. He has won Daytona in trucks before. So I got Justin Haley. All right, for the Stapleton.
O'Reilly. Parts series.
Ow!
I hope you got that, Elijah.
I'll add my own little flavor to it.
Oh no. Oh, what I must see.
Mother of God.
Anyways, thank you for that, Stapleton. But my dark horse for the O'Reilly series. I don't think he's gonna win, but I will agree with this guy. I will go Jesse Love as my dark horse. The RCR cars are phenomenal, if I can speak, at Daytona and Talladega, alright? So I would not be shocked to see Jesse Love running up front. My driver to stay away from. I gotta go with William Sawalich. He's back in the 18. We'll see how his season does, but I don't know. But we'll hope he does pretty good. My driver to win. Screw it. I'll be basic. I mentioned RCR. Give me Austin Hill.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll be the sad soul. Give me Austin Hill as my winner.
Exactly.
Now for the Daytona 500. My driver, my stay away. He has been really good at Daytona. He hasn't won the 500 yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if you see him running up there. Give me Ryan Blaney.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think Ryan Blaney's a good dark horse, especially Daytona. I can see him doing good. My dark horse for Daytona 500. You know what? I thought I was going to go smart, but I'm just going to be biased just cuz Joey Logano.
Yeah.
I'll be biased. I'll be biased.
Taking my shtick though, because you always went dark horse first, but
I said my dark horse.
You said dark horse twice.
Did I say dark horse twice?
Yeah.
Stay away is Logano. I didn't even realize I did that. My driver to win. Now here's logic, and this is going to be redemption. He's going to have so much on his shoulders when he's going to use that for momentum. He's going to use it to push it and get his will be his 4th Daytona 500. Give me Denny Hamlin.
Oh.
This will get with the momentum of what all happened in the off season. Yeah, it still hurts him, but he's going to use that as momentum. He's going to use that.
Man on a mission.
Right, man on a mission. And what better way to bounce back from all of that is winning your 4th Daytona 500.
Absolutely.
Same example, back in 01 with Senior. And then I believe it was Junior that did he win the 400?
Yes.
That same year?
Yeah. And him and Michael Waltrip both did burnouts together. Yeah, because Michael Waltrip won that year's Daytona 500, but I don't think he was able to really celebrate that much.
No, they went 1-2 as well.
Yeah.
And the 500?
Yeah.
Yes, because Senior was blocking because he wanted DEI to win 1-2.
Yeah, that's when
he got in that accident.
Yeah, full circle moment. So that's still pretty good, and I could just see that momentum happening. He's going to be up front when it counts. I got Denny Hamlin. What else can you say?
No, not bad. Not bad pick.
Not a bad pick at all. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, it's now my turn. Get this party started. Jesus Christ.
One.
For my driver to win in the truck series,
White Walker.
If only. Dude, if only. Put him in the 1 for Tricon. I'm sure he'd be able to make something happen. Yeah, David Gillen, if you're listening to this, please give Wyatt a go.
Cause I'm number 1, baby. Give me that number 1. I'll do good in it.
Honestly, I am thinking this is gonna be a colic kind of night for the truck race at Daytona. I will 100% agree on Justin Haley as being the driver to win, obviously with his history of, super speedways, basically going 4 for 4 in 2020. Obviously also for colic racing, and, he's, obviously, he's no stranger to the team for very obvious reasons, but nonetheless, when it comes to super speedways and colic and Justin Haley, all 3 of those together mix very, very well. So I'm going to say Justin Haley's my driver to win. Driver to stay away from, to be honest, My driver to stay away from, I'd say Ben Rhodes is my driver to stay away from. Because I haven't really heard like Ben Rhodes being in the mix a whole lot, especially last year. So I don't really think it's that momentum's going to carry over into this year. My dark horse is another Colic truck. The second most winningest driver in Daytona behind Dale Sr. Give me Tony Stewart. Give me Tony Stewart as my dark horse for the truck race at Daytona. What?
Someone had to say Tony Stewart somewhere.
Somewhere. At some point, Tony Stewart's name had to come up.
I mean, I like that because I do think he will be doing pretty good. It's just the unpredictability of Daytona nowadays. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like,
And I believe and like it was brought up, he was never raced in a truck either.
At Daytona.
At Daytona.
Yeah.
Is Stapleton the only one that didn't pick Colic for anything in trucks? Or am I forgetting?
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I still think Colic will do good, and I think they will be there, but I don't think they will either win, or I don't think necessarily. I wanted to go a little bit crazy for Daytona. I didn't want to pick the no-brainer of Colic with the speedway.
Yeah.
Maybe I will next week find out next week at Atlanta, not Echo Park. I don't call it Echo Park, Atlanta.
We call it ass.
Anyway.
Atlanta Super Speedway. Ass.
Well, that too.
All right. Nathan, take it away.
O'Reilly Auto Parts Series.
For the United Rentals 300 for the NASCAR O'Reilly Series, here are my predictions for that event. Driver to win, it had been RCR for as far back as I can remember, 2022. Didn't matter if it was either between Austin Hill or Jesse Love, RCR was always the talk of the town when it came to Daytona. But this year, I think things are going to be just a little bit different. Just a little bit different. I do think RCR will be in contention, but not as the winners. My driver to win at Daytona, give me Justin Allgaier as my driver to win.
Yeah, I like that.
Allgaier has shown success at Daytona several times, and he's shown a lot of consistency, especially in the opening race of the year. So this year, I think will be no different, and I do see him going into the winner's circle to kick off the 2026 O'Reilly season. Driver to stay away from, Corey Day.
I was thinking Corey Day. I was thinking Corey Day too.
Good to know. Elijah hates Corey Day for some reason.
I mean, it's probably about, I don't know if it's as much as I don't like certain someone in the truck series, but
Oh no, no, you're Frankie Muniz is his Ty Gibbs.
Let me just say though, Stapleton, Corey Day, he's not a bad driver. He's not bad. He's mid.
Yeah.
He's mid. Very, very mid. I'm sorry to say that, but he's mid.
This hurts my soul.
I know.
Because he got picked up by Kyle Larson.
It doesn't matter what he has driven, especially last year, whether between an ARCA car, a truck, or at that time an Xfinity car. He was kind of just mid.
I mean, do you have a point? I will not disagree, but I think he got the top 5 at his last race that he did. I don't know where.
It was at IRP. Yeah, it was in the trucks at IRP. He didn't do too bad there.
Like, I understand where we're coming from, and like, hopefully doing a full schedule this year, not just a race here, a race where maybe he's gonna like actually learn more consistently.
Yeah.
Because like, I get what we're saying, but at the same time, last year, as far as I know, was his first year on pavement. He's always done third.
Not to mention, this is a super speedway, so like stuff could be different when we get to ovals like Las Vegas and all that coming up. But it's like, but right now with super speedways, yeah, that's kind of where my mind went on that. And also the backtrack with your winner, Elijah. If it's not RCR, it's always Junior Motorsports. So
Exactly. And speaking of, I'm gonna say Jesse Love is gonna be my dark horse. 100%. Because again, RCR has always been the talk of the town when it came to Daytona, especially for the last 4 years. I think Jesse won last year, and then Austin Hill won the last 3. Since joining RCR back in 2022, I want to say. But nonetheless, I'm just something about, the last couple of years, that Austin Hill has had. I'm not going to lie. I feel like his momentum is it's not going to be quite the same as it has been the last couple of years, especially with how last year played out, and how the year before sort of played out, with his very clear tempers on the racetrack. I just think that momentum is just going to be a little bit hindered, if you will.
Yeah.
And now it's time for the main event. The 68th annual Daytona 500 at, of all places, Daytona International Speedway for the NASCAR Cup Series.
I just realized, Elijah, you know what next year is going to be for the Daytona 500?
Giggity.
I am looking forward to that. I am looking forward to it.
I didn't realize.
Oh my god. I am so looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to saying it next year. Oh my god. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to do my picks backwards. So,
Whoa. You're breaking away from the normal? What?
For the 500.
He's stealing my method.
Except I will cash app you. Unlike Sean Hart. All right, no, anyways,
Oh yeah, speaking of which, he was watching the game last night.
Oh yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah, I did see that.
I'm not happy about that game either. Anyway.
Oh my god. So, for my dark horse, might be a little surprised with this one. He came close to winning the Daytona 500 with a team that he put together with his own funding, but was also fielded by Rick Ware Racing. This year, he's with RFK in a 4th car. Give me Corey LaJoie as the dark horse.
Oh.
And if he don't make the show?
If he doesn't make it, I'll obviously say Connor Zillage is my dark horse. Now, driver to stay away from. I'm not saying Ryan Preece. Dear God, I feel bad for this man who has earned his pilot's license within the last twice.
You know you want to say the guy's name.
The 2 out of the last 3 years that Ryan Preece has flipped at Daytona, he has earned his pilot's license. Sorry, there's a gnat that's like flying around.
It's Wyatt.
Yeah, it's Wyatt.
No, it's Ryan Priest getting ready.
Nah, there you go. But
I was about to say there's a giant. I mean, there is a giant gnat sitting in the chair right now. So that's where Jeff Gordon. So
yeah, right.
Ooh.
I'm gonna say for my driver to stay away from. My
shut up.
driver to stay away from Bubba Wallace.
Oof.
That's shocking.
The disapproval from Nathan.
That's shocking with his super speedway speed.
Yes.
I'm guessing it's because he might just be in a crash.
More than likely. I mean, anybody could be, but I'm honestly thinking that's probably going to be the case for Bubba.
It's Daytona. I feel like all our stay away ones are like basically if they get caught, then the big one.
Yeah. But my driver to win the Daytona 500, it is going to be, for the first time in his career, Brad Keselowski.
Oh, that is not who I thought you were about to go with.
Oh,
Hold on, wait. You didn't pick the man with the stash?
the man with the stash? I know.
Oh my God.
I did not say Ryan Blaney. I know.
That's who I thought you were about to say. Like this guy's gonna be he's gonna be a little bit biased. He's gonna pick Ryan Blaney.
I am technically biased here because Brad Keselowski is a Michigan native, but when you really think about it, RFK, I mean, especially, when they first, acquired, I mean, obviously when Brad became part owner for Roush and then brought Chris, obviously Chris Buescher's been a part of the team since 2020 on the car. As far as the Cup side is concerned, they've been pretty strong. They've also been, it's also kind of performed the same way. It's been the same way since they brought Ryan Preece on. So RFK, especially now when you talk about consistency, now with the chase being reinstated, consistency now matters more than ever. RFK, we know for years, has been consistent, regardless under what format that we're running when it comes to like playoffs or chase, if you will. This year, obviously the chase is back, but RFK has been pretty consistent. This is what they benefit from. Brad Keselowski, I feel like, is going to start the year off with a bang and win the 500.
I don't know if you mentioned it, but like my stuff started lagging out, so I had to leave and join back. But like, also it'd be beneficial with RFK, especially with the tragic loss of Biffle when they got his fonts.
Yeah. Which actually that's actually a really cool story too, because have you seen some of the posts that they made on Twitter? Somebody posted up like the number fonts on Twitter, and RFK replied to that. It's like, oh, these could come in handy. Sure enough, a few days later, it's the number font for the Daytona 500 for all 4 cars. And also Nice Motorsports. And Colleague.
That's what I was about to say. Not to mention AJ Allmendinger, who is running the 16.
So
yeah, it's really cool of how like someone like part of I would assume like just another thing that randomly made a font or something. It's what okay is like, hey, well, someone already made the font. Might as well use it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'd cut that. Whoever made that post, I would cut them. I'd break them off something for it.
There you go.
But and I know we already did all of our picks and everything. But what if? And I know this is a huge what if. Has anyone ever pulled off a double win at Daytona? Think about that one for a second.
I don't think so. I don't think I ever recall it.
Like,
what? No, what were you saying? What?
I was about to say, like, you mean like someone who's won like someone won Daytona both like truck and Xfinity and Cup Series?
In two different series at Daytona.
Yeah.
Like the 500 and, say the truck series or, I don't care, Xfinity series.
I might actually look that up.
Because, and like I said, the hugest what if, Allgaier pulled it off.
Yeah.
What if? Exactly.
That would be huge.
Or Hosovar, because he's doing all three.
That I was about to bring that up too. That Hosovar was doing all three. So like that'd be one huge way. That showed like he was definitely gonna be a big name. Getting your first win in the cup series, not to mention your first win in Xfinity series, and you just win Daytona in the trucks.
Here we go.
The whole weekend was Carson.
I mean, he can drive actual cars. iRacing, not so much.
He memes a lot on iRacing, that's for sure. He memes a lot.
But the only reason why I was saying is there a very what if chance? Because Junior Motorsports is not a full-time team in the Cup Series. What if he pulled the ultimate upset for Junior Motorsports?
Yeah.
Because he did, I'm not sure where he finished last year, but I know he had an amazing Audi for the 500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, could we see just for obviously one race that I know of, Zilich and Allgaier going at it again?
Who knows? I mean, there's always a possibility. Always a possibility. But all right, gentlemen, we have done it. We have gone over, the Clash. We've reviewed the Clash. We've gone over the breaking stories. We've previewed Daytona. We've made our predictions. So with that said, any final thoughts before we get the Daytona weekend underway?
Boogity, 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 boys. Let's go racing.
Let's get NASCAR back on track with Speed Week.
That's all I gotta say.
There you go. There you go. Good job.
Oh my god.
I do got one quick question for Stapleton, though. And this is as far as goes for the Cup Series. If a certain team or driver had Powerade or their sponsor, would you pick them?
What do you mean?
SVG. Because he's driving the number 97. Think about that one, Stapleton. Think about that one really long and hard.
I knew where he was going with this.
Oh, SVG?
Yeah, if he drove the Powerade number 97, would you pick him? And I'm not saying to win, dark horse, or stay away from. Would you pick him?
WRLA.
I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, I'm only picking SVG on road courses this year, so.
All right.
Hey, he's gonna have competition on the road courses.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call that now. He's gonna have competition.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for this episode of Gamers Talk NASCAR. We want to thank you guys a lot for watching and or listening to this, whether if you're on the podcast channel or even on Spotify. If you guys are listening to either or, whether if you're on Spotify or YouTube, on the Spotify side, be sure to hit the follow button so that you don't miss future episodes that drop every Thursday night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Not just here on Spotify, but also on YouTube. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe so that way you don't miss future episodes that come out in the future. Whether it be this or 11 o'clock, I do promise we'll get that show back on track here eventually. Hopefully. We'll see what happens. But in the meantime, on behalf of Nathan Stapleton, a returning Stapleton, and as well as Slifer, my co-host Wyatt Walker, I'm Elijah Leonard signing out, and we'll talk to you guys on the very next episode of Gamers Talk NASCAR.
See ya.
Thanks for listening to tonight's episode of Gamers Talk NASCAR. Really hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to hit that follow button so you don't miss a future episode throughout the NASCAR season. And as always, we'll catch you on the next one every Thursday night at 6 p.m. Eastern Time.